The moment of truth is here. We are going to give a shot to Workshop a Brilliant Light hard mode. I have never attempted to run one of these when they are brand new. I typically come back and do them over time, but we put a lot of work in and I want to see if we can maybe get it done. We are right about where we need to be with our overall power, roughly around 1.9 million. We have jumped like 400,000 or so over the last week, and I've done a lot to try to get this the last 2 weeks. To try to get this done, so make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys appreciate the work I put into it, make sure you do smash that thumbs up. But before we dive in, guys, we have a very important word from today's video sponsors. You're not gonna want to miss this. If you're looking for the best way to buy games online, let me introduce you to Aniba. Aniba is a fast, safe, and 100% secure way to buy games at discounted prices on all of your favorite platforms. The cool thing is Aniba isn't just for games. You can buy a ton of things, including store cards, electronic gift cards, and so much more. They also oftentimes have a promotion ongoing, like this one here for Marvel Rivals, where you get cash back when you buy lattices. This is an amazing deal, so make sure you guys capitalize, and if you guys are interested in any of the games available on Aniba, make sure you do use my code linked down below in the description. That helps tremendously here on the channel, so I really appreciate all of the support. Hopefully you guys find something you're looking for here, because trust me, this is one of the best places you can go to find games online at a discounted rate. So again, make sure you use the link down below in the description. Now back to the video. All right, so I wanted to show you guys kind of how things are for me right now and what we've been working on. So my Cha, does anybody know where she was at in the first video? I feel like she jumped like 100,000 power. She jumped quite a bit. One of the reasons why was because I did decide to get her last advancements. That was another big thing, but I finished off her weapon, which you don't really see the extra stats reflected from the weapon unless you're actually in the fight, of course, the extra, I don't know, 15% or whatever. I finished off most of her skills. I didn't really worry much about that one, though. I need to get back to it. I did work on my artifacts. They did put the artifact reset event in. Last time I did a video, I talked about how I needed to run that more. I did reset a couple of these to get some better stuff on them, but still didn't get, I didn't have enough tickets to do as many artifacts as I would have liked, so it's going to take time. I finished her cores. Pretty excited about that. This is where a huge chunk of power came from, was just all cores. She's got like 80,000 powers or whatever in just cores. Now, I did get through some of the cores on the other two girls. I didn't get to finish them because it just takes a lot of resources in a short amount of time to get their cores going. But I also jumped up a good bit with Sarin. I did try, instead of summoning for Leonard, I tried to summon for Sarin. I didn't want to buy white tickets though, because I had put so much into just finishing Cha. And I basically wound up skipping Leonard. I'll get him later on. I'll just save my black tickets, of course. And I'm sure he's going to be really good in Workshop, but I've opted to use these three, and then the sub would be Goto Ryuji. But she jumped up like 80, also like probably close to 100,000. Like I think all of them jumped nearly like 75 or so thousand power up. I got her a couple more advancements there, did put some levels into her skills, did re-roll some of the artifacts, but didn't get to finish her, of course, with the cores. I got the primary one for the HP, which I really wanted. By the way, Cha's got defense percentage. I would have liked to have gotten additional defense, but not a big deal. And then I didn't get to finish Meilin either with the cores, and she could use a bit more in the levels, admittedly, but I don't really have any more of those resources anymore. I'm just like out. Actually, I've got a few. I'm not going to use them on her, though. I guess if I were to use them, it would be on Sarin's core attack, but that's mostly just splitting hairs at this point. I don't really want to use the gold. Like, I have been fighting for my life for gold. I've never been this out of gold since the game launched, because I have been putting it into so many. Dude, re-rolling like the enhancements on artifacts, leveling up the cores and stuff like that stuff takes a lot of gold. Goto got some love, not a ton. I did make sure he had level 100 set here, and that's mostly it. I didn't really have to do much with Goto Ryuji. He was already mostly kind of like there. He just needed, you know, max level. Oh, that's another thing. They got level 110. All right. So for Sung, this is how things are now. I'm going to be rocking with this win set. I did see they gave a huge bonus to Scatty. I was saying in my last video that, like, I think Scatty is the one that you're going to plug, and they gave Scatty a huge bonus. So I do wonder if Scatty with the new water scythe would be the optimal setup, but I'll go with this for now and then go from there. I may reset this and take the Intuit off. I just didn't get around to doing that. We'll see if I like it or not, but I probably will just go mostly strength perception and then take Intuit off, and then that's if I'm struggling. That's what I'll do. Also, I did get a couple more. I only had one of these. I got 2 more of these mythic or transcended blessing stones as well. I was able to push some other ones that I didn't have as well. Sung's currently got 40,000 attack. He's got more attack with his alternate set, but I'm going to just use that for this video. His other set does dip him a little bit in power, so that's more or less what I was going for. But he does have more attack specifically with the other set, but yeah, I'm not as worried about that. So yeah, let's give it a try, man. Let's give it a try. So, oh, I also was working on Shadows and Baron on the side. Those are the other 2 things. Also, gems. Gems came out. I didn't really do too much. I just filled out the second page. And I have like 1 or 2 6-star gems somewhere. Yeah, I've got 1 in here. There it is, like the defense. I didn't realize that they added the second page. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got rid of the slot. It was there and would have just put that on the second page. But you see, I've got like some stuff. I guess I can swap this. Sung lost 100 power. I did like how they added the grades as well on those. That's very helpful. All right, so yeah, like I thought, 1.7 1.8 million. That's a huge jump in power. Apparently it's going to get easier as people clear this over time. I believe they did the same for the other ones, but just I don't know if they announced it in that way. So we are just above the recommended threshold. Oh my God. We are just above the line, guys. That's nuts. That just means it's going to get worse, though. All right, hold on. I got to turn the sound on. We are just above the line. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up once again. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if you guys are interested, I have been doing content on a side channel for Sonic Rumble and Sonic Blitz, and I'll be doing Crossworlds there as well. It's a Sonic-based channel. You can check it out. Link down below in the description. Also, there's another Netmarble game coming out, 7 Deadly Sins Origins, probably coming out in the next month or so here. They're really ramping up production. Linked down below for a separate channel for that. All right. So I need to turn on the game sound, firstly. Let me do all that really quick. Also turned off my cam, because that way you guys can see the full screen, and because I'm just not going to be looking at the camera at all. All right. I'm not hearing anything, though. Where's my game sound? Hello? Make sure you stay up to date with me on my new channels and on Twitter, Sonic Rumble D. You can find me there, publishing content on Sonic Blitz, Sonic Rumble, and Sonic Crossworlds. Also, daily NBA content on the Basketball Bulletin. You guys can find us there. And lastly, over on Twitter at DFreeDBZHD. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me here as well. Why is this? Huh. Let me see. Let me see what's going on here. Let me try to fix this. Hold on. All right, it's fixed now. You guys might have been hearing it, and I wasn't, but I had the wrong headphones on. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and just reset this. Okay. Oh, man. It's time. Okay. Let's start with this. Of course, she avoided it, though. Okay, let's just go for a really quick break. I like to get about midway through the break and then cycle here just to start getting some buffs going for when Cha comes back. QTE, break, right here. Cool. And let's bring Cha. Everything's ready. Okay. I'm actually going to cycle here, just avoid the damage with the QTE. Need to get her core attack up. So far, so good. Just gonna throw this now. Then bring Cha back. Okay, this time we're gonna go for the ultimate. She's got a lot of life. So I considered also that maybe this isn't the right shadow artifact setup for Cha. Like, I think you can argue for a few different combinations just to peak a bit higher, but I never had trouble with the Bedelia fight, so it didn't really matter as much. That's annoying. You have to use Cha more than I like to use her also. I love when the ultimate is all bugged out like this. I've seen some really crazy screens. Ah, not great. Yeah, I'm trying to use Cha a little more than I like to, like I mentioned. Actually stayed out here so long I can cycle again with Cha. Thought I dodged that, but okay. I gotta get her out of here soon. After this ultimate, I've got to get Cha out. Dude, use the skill. What the heck? Oh, because she was using this skill, it made me sit there, and she killed Cha in the process. Great. I knew I should have got Cha out. What the? I was literally about to sub Cha out. All right. All right, Bedelia. All right. That's mildly annoying, admittedly.
I'll do it.
Just cycle her out. It's getting too messy right there. Will this hit from this distance? I actually don't know. Nah, it didn't, but I don't really care about that. It's whatever. Does she miss? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. I'm not sure we're doing enough damage. What the? Come on. Yeah, we're not doing anywhere near enough damage. All right, so we're actually here the next day, and this has been really troublesome for me. And the main reason why is because in the process of this, my characters are a good level. And I also did some checking around to see what other people's teams look like. And my characters look like most other teams on YouTube. And my gear looks better than a lot of people. Like a lot of people are doing 78s. But I noticed there was a huge disparity in power. And that's coming from the shadows. I didn't really bother to do the percentage switch. And I also leveled up my shadows in whatever order I liked instead of doing, one at a time, give this one the weapon instead of advancing all like one weapon all the way and then not having another shadow at general with a weapon. Like I had to go back and work on my shadows a lot. And I'm getting closer, but I'm still not fully there. Like I'm 100K or so, nearly 100K above this now, as opposed to being barely above the line. And all that is just from shadows. Like people have like the shadow described, because I was sitting there like, bro, what the hell is the difference? Like, where is this all this power coming from? Because my team looks, if you look at just the characters, the girls, my characters are of the same strength or stronger. So the shadows are really, really adding a lot to this, just power wise. And we're in the middle of this fight with Bedelia. She just had the part where she tries to do the thing you have to do the interruption at the very end. So we're like right at the end of this fight, and it's going to be down to the wire. I kind of got myself out of the groove by doing this, but we'll see if I can get it right now. All right. Let's see if we can get it. I don't think the sound is on though, but that's all right. Yeah, I was in the middle. I don't even know what I was doing. Okay. We did the Cha ultimate. Yeah, this is super close. I got 30 seconds here. It would be great if I could get the skills going. Come on, Cha. Stop the shenanigans. But thank you. Jesus. Oh, by the way, another thing I saw was a lot of people are really mad at this because it's so easy. And I'm sitting here like fighting for my goddamn life. But it's because I neglected my shadows. I did quite literally everything else. Quite literally. But now being at 1.8, I'm strong enough. But man, so I am going to spend some time on this. And I was too busy to try to push for the top 1,000, which was my goal, but still clearing it, a couple days after it comes out is good for me. Oh, by the way, I had to switch to Bestie. It's either Bestie or Egress for most content, by the way, if you didn't know. But I had to switch to Bestie from Tusk as a lead. The damage was just better with Bestie. Overall is what it was. Because when I was doing it with Tusk, I was running out. I was not able to. But like if you got a power at a certain point, it doesn't really matter as much. And I don't typically use Kaisel, but I wanted to right now. All right, let's go into this. And like I said, I'm going to farm a bit and go from there. Another thing that changed, this added like 10K power though, but it was I did give Sarin the last 2 or 3 to finish her weapon off. I got those right now from, I think, the Leonard event. I don't know. Speaking of Sarin, god damn, that's my favorite outfit in the game. All right, so I'm going to run through this and I'll drop in a little bit later. All right, let's get into it with Sung. Like I mentioned, I believe I mentioned that in this video. I believe I saw that they did drop well, I know they did drop that update for Scatty, and I do wonder if Scatty is better now. Scatty with this scythe specifically, but I'm not worried about that so much right now, right? We will put, I mean, that kind of doesn't matter a ton, but we'll just do that for now. But the rest of the loadout, I think, is fine for what I want to do here. I'll put this on. No, we'll go Reawaken. Yeah, I think we'll go, we have the attack increases, some damage, Reawaken, and we'll go Boss. I think that should be good. I think that should be good. And yeah, I think that's good. I mean, I could go Big Rock, but no, we're good. We're good. This combo, like the wind setup, works well with Big Rock, but it's fine, especially with Reawaken. But I think we're good with Beru here. Okay. Okay, we'll go here. Lag, hello, why? Got that resonance going. Get a light little freeze. Dude, this is lagging like nuts on this friggin' match with her. I can't even see where she's at. Great. Legit can't even see her half the time. My favorite. I must have touched one of those stupid swords because I got an unrecoverable. This is where the paralysis is super good. Like, bro, just stay still. Freeze as well. Camouflage too, by the way. Super strong. Need this. And boom, baby. Boom, baby. Oh, I love how they updated it to show the current weapon, by the way. That's really cool. I wonder if they did that for the old ones. That sword is so big. He looks kind of silly carrying that sword, but it's cool. I'm cool with it. The freeze lasts for no time on that. Like, if it had even one more second, it'd be so good. I could do nothing with it. It was just gone. Okay. We'll go here. She's going to start doing her thing soon. Okay, let's go for this now. Just get out the way. And the weapon switch. I love that so much. It's really cool. It's a nice touch. I'm not sure we're doing enough damage, by the way. She still hasn't gone into any of her stuff. Oh, there it is. I'm like, dude, this is not going well. She's still not done anything. Red, okay. Wait, what? I have to get 7 on this one? I was like so sure I was done. That's crazy, bro. Is that, there's no way that's always the case. I was positive I was done. It's like a thing I noticed too. I would have been annoyed. Oh, I should have used the vacuum first. Damn it. Yeah, I may need an attack increase blessing here. I'm not doing enough. That's great. Just great. Could have got out of that. Or maybe I just take into it off. Yeah, not enough. Even when I use my skills in the correct order, it's just not enough. So maybe I'll try out Big Rock. But not enough. We'll see what I can do here. All right, so I shifted around some stuff a good bit and changed these two. I don't know. I think these are worse. Anyway, I am really close. Not as close as I was earlier, but I think this setup can work. I'll show it afterwards. Because I don't, yeah, I'm with these three. I even tried out switching around this a good bit, but didn't really matter. You really want to have your power as high as possible, and these are my three strongest characters. All right, so she's got like 60 lives, 40 seconds, about 60 lives. Oh, that might have been critical. Her dodging that might have been a huge deal. Okay. That might have cost me this entire run because she dodged that. Doesn't help that I'm out of MP. Oh, her dodging that might have cost me this run. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, this took me like 3 tries and I had to change it up a good bit. I switched to Big Rock. We had the wind setup on, put Bloodlust. I actually, really what it is it's the blessings switched a lot. I used more of the recommended build, which is the Bloodlust, the Sharp Perception, instead of what I had going on. It just wasn't doing enough. You know, I got to a point where even with Big Rock, I was just doing like half as much damage. Like I was timing out and she still had like 140 lives. And I was like, wow, my damage needs to literally double if I'm going to clear this. Because I believe she started off with 300. And it was the blessings that really switched a good bit. I can't go back and particularly show you after the fact, but I'll show you the next time because it should load up. Well, no, it won't. It'll load up with whatever I had previously. But yeah, it was those two that went in with Reawakening, Bloodlust, Reawakening, Sharp Perception, and Mana Rampage. That's such a cookie cutter old school set, but it still apparently works out really good, which I think is hilarious. That set will just never time out apparently. Yeah, so we're gonna run here. I am going to reset the attack increases when it comes time to use the girls versus Yogumunt, but I will probably leave it. Right now, of course, it doesn't really matter because I'm sure they can beat this without the help of blessings, but I'll probably leave it for Sung's attack versus Yogumunt and change it after that is more or less my point. So this doesn't matter a ton. It's more about just quickly breaking him, doing what you need to do, getting the cha, and then just winning the match. Like you can, I don't know if I can do it on hard, but I beat this before he even does all his stupid tentacle garbage on the other difficulty. I assume obviously at some point I'll be able to do the same on hard, but that's more or less what I do. And it would help if I got Mei Lin's support also. I didn't even bother trying to do that in this one. Let's go there. Okay, cycle. Okay, I think we should be oh well, not if he's gonna dodge that. Okay, and he wants the break. Of course he does, after I just brought her back in. Did she break him or not? Gonna say no. Okay, no worries then. Oh, now I'm gonna win. I would have if I had my cooldown from my core attack spam, like this. Oh, but but bro left. Never mind. Yeah, this one just went poorly, but I had opportunity to win it there. It doesn't really matter though. He's about to lose anyway. It's not a huge deal. This one's not even like, this one doesn't even matter. It's just more or less, I like how they turn this second fight into one fight instead of the 5 rounds. Like the 5 round crap is annoying, particularly when you have to do it twice, right? Like that's super annoying. Okay, cool. We got this. Can you stop with all the movement? Just stand still. Okay. Oh, that's tempting. Now, you know what? I'm going to grab it. Because if I reset, I'm going to get something worse. And I don't have gold, so. dude, I am so gold poor. Like I mentioned earlier, I have gone through so much gold in this, like at least 700 million gold in this process. Like I have been through the gold. I actually, yeah, I was gonna say I like to use breaking on this one, but for the last run I had the 3 girls, of course. Ooh, I may. Oh, just it's because she's got his set and he's got garbage on. I was like, why am I like barely weak? Yeah, so I put his greed on her because they're both HP scalers, DPSs, like they work the same. And I actually really liked his greed on her. So I don't have another HP greed that's level 100 that's fully invested in. I guess I could pull greed from who? Go. I've not really worked on these sets. I've mainly been working on Infamy. Yeah, like I he's a support. So on some level, it doesn't matter. Like on some level, it just doesn't matter because he is a support. Like it doesn't. That's not a bad one or whatever. I'll put that on. Well, okay, actually, okay. So since one of them's already got greed, it doesn't really make a ton of sense to give the other greed. This is where the destructive one is actually low-key solid, or solid analysis, I guess. But the destructive one would be the one I would choose. So I could do okay, well, I'm just trying to be lazy, but I've got to load her up and steal her greed off so she can just use desire. That's what I'm trying to avoid doing that. I've got to just take the greed back off. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Well, it doesn't take very long. You know what the problem is that the gold cost one, but the problem is that they've somehow screwed up the recommended thing for the characters. So like when I take these off, he's going to try to put BS on. He's going to try to put the concentration set, which is in theory not bad for him. I just would never use it. See, look, he just puts on garbage on the right side now. But at least that's half of it. I'd assume he put the right pieces on for the left side. It doesn't matter a ton. So let's go in and steal greed. But yeah, this is the most recommended set. And then actually next recommended is Obsidian. These are sorted by recommended order. Like greed is like they're treating him like he's a skill spamming DPS, which I mean, he's a sub DPS. And unless the meta changed, maybe it did, but unless the meta changed, he should just still be in full greed or desire, of course, whichever you prefer. But yeah, actually on this team, it doesn't matter a ton. But yeah. Okay. And just getting my power back up. That's the main thing, is just getting my power back so I can keep him on my team. And giving him back his set that was his stuff in the first place. All right, now we're back up higher. Cha is invaluable on this stage because of the unrecoverable. What is the recommended? I assume that the blessings switch to the same. Yeah, that's like the most recommended set, you know, in general, which also tells me into it. I'm just going to also pull into it off in the meantime, or pull off, what's it called? The intelligence investment, because I'm not using into it. So I still had that on, which means that I was actually nerfed in the last fight. So I could have cleared that easier. I was actually nerfed because my stat spread was wrong. All right, so I have I didn't realize I unpaused it. I actually made the full changes. So yeah, here we go with this one. Should be smooth. Should be smooth. Also realizing I still probably have the game sound off, huh? Yes, I do. No worries. I'll fix that here. Okay, let's make sure that's not too loud. It's a smidge too loud. Okay. Oh, you know what? I need to change those QTEs off. I needed to run Thunderbolt in the last one, but I didn't, or whatever it's called, the wind QTE. I should have ran it. It would have made my life a bit easier too. Thunderstorm, I think, but I did not. So that tells you it's not like a prerequisite, but I should have. Like, for example, I don't need an attack decrease one right there. I say as I got absolutely just hit super hard by him. But breaking quicker is more important to me. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off. We'll make that change. You know, the light shot may actually be a better support here because the branding with Undercoverall, if you're not running full water setup like I'm not. Like if you're running full water setup, I think this Chaw is 10 times more valuable, right? Of course he disappeared right when I did that. The open face. Open mouth face, I mean. Okay, so we're off to our first round. 374. Okay, what do you do? Start off at 400? In about 30 seconds, I give or take. I did that. Not bad. Not great, but could be much worse. Yeah, I may have to stop using Overshadow also. With the girls, I like to hit him while he's doing this. Okay, with Sung, yeah, you're not doing it. Maybe if you have Camouflage, but you're not doing it with Sung. At least not at the state I was in with the low HP and stuff. Yeah, I'm probably going to take Overshadow off just because it nukes your life. It does good damage, but it just does so much to you. Sung and Goto were back to back. That's dope. Yeah. All right. Well, we're doing good damage. I mean, we're already here, and we got 3 minutes left. The problem is I don't have any healing.
Wonder how many levels I'll get here.
Like we're doing good damage, I think.
Let's speed up.
But I've also experienced that this goes. Oh crap! My alarm's going off. I've also experienced that this goes like 10 times smoother with the girls anyway than it does with Sung. They're just stronger. Oh crap! I messed up. Did not intend to use that. Yeah, it's not that it's bad. It just does too much to me to where not having healing hurts. Bro has a lot of lives, doesn't he? My goodness. I'm at a state where I pretty much can't get hit again.
This will be too slow. This is the end. It's no use.
Look at how many buffs I have. So many buffs. That's so funny. I had so many buffs above my bar. So yeah, just about a minute left. Like, we were on good pace, but I've lost some mojo. Like, I don't think we can win at this rate. We're not terrible. Like, we're behind, but not terribly. I need to have him closer. Like, I don't know where he was at, but he needs to be close to, maybe I was further, but he needs to be close to like below 100 lives by the time you get towards a minute and a half. So let me go in again. I think that stuff is mostly fine. Honestly, I wasn't even taking damage, which is a good sign. I like him, but I may just need more power. So I'll put her on. She's got the... Wait. Oh, no. I gave him her cores. So let me give her back her cores. She had... I guess she was holding the wrong one, but whatever. Yeah, 195. We're 100k over this. Sung is full infamy. Was I full infamy for my last one? I believe so. Because this is a skill using setup, so. All right, let's go with this. Yeah, I like Goto. He's got good effects for this fight. But I think I need that extra power. We'll see. Oh, I forgot to take the stupid QTE off. It procs so much too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it off for sure here. And I guess maybe I will just put the attack reduce one back on. It's a bit of a trade because I do like the thunder one because it gives the bonus, but at the same time, I like having a break, so I'll put the break on here. Corrosion is nice, but I was gonna say at the same time I like using resonance with that slot.
Stronger than I imagined. An opening. This is the end. You can't avoid it. Strike. Now, shut. I'll shred you.
Okay, we're gonna get the break right here. I'd like to not. Okay, I was gonna say I'd like for it not to be Baron.
Strike. I'll end this. Win. Time for a counter. Too slow. Lightning blitz. This will be your grave. Now, shut. Tearing through. You can't avoid it. Win. Wonder how many levels I'll get outcut. All the way down. It's no use. I'll shred you.
Use my skills out of order here.
See it all.
Very much out of order. I've got to start using the vertical arts before all my stuff also, because by the time I cycle back, it's been ran out already, right? It's because of the cooldown order.
It's over. Now, shut.
3 minutes and he's doing this now. Gotta be faster. We're still getting built up also, but I've got to be faster.
Let's speed up. Wonder how many levels I'll get here.
Oh, come on. The one time I actually did it in the right order.
This is the end. Strike. This will be your prey. You can't avoid it.
Gonna sit on it a little bit.
Now, shut. It's no use. Win. Strike. I'll shred you. I'll end this. I see it all. Too slow. Win. Lightning. Blitz. Time for a counter. It's no use. Now, shut. This is the end. I'll all of you down. Lightning. Blitz. Strike. You can't avoid it.
Crap, he's doing this now. I don't got time for this, bro.
Let's try.
You know what? I don't really want to do this, but I kind of need to.
This will be your prey. Win.
Oh my god, really? That's gonna get me beat. That's gonna get me beat. Great. I was doing good too. That's gonna get me beat.
I'll cut all of you down.
That took too long.
Too slow. Win. Lightning. Blitz. It's no use. Tearing through.
That took so long.
Win.
Probably anyway.
Strike.
Brutal.
For the jokes. I'll cut.
Brutal.
This will be your prey.
Yeah, that took too long. I was on pace, I think. If he didn't do that, I was pretty sure I was gonna get him. I was starting to feel it.
I'll end this. Now, shut. Time for a count. It's no use. Win. You can't avoid it. Lightning. Blitz. Too slow. Win. Lightning. Blitz. I'll shred you. Now, shut. I'll cut. I can't believe I made this kind of mistake.
And maybe I don't, but I would have got him really close. Let's try again.
The enemy is pretty strong.
I've just got to do more damage in the beginning though.
An opening. This is the end. I'll cut. You can't avoid it. Win. Lightning. Blitz. Now, shut. Too slow. Win. I'll end this. An opening. Lightning. Blitz. Enough of the joke. This will be your prey. Win. I see it all. It's no use. Lightning. Blitz. I'll cut. All you can't avoid it. Now, shut. Tearing through. An opening. Win. Strike. It's over. Win. Give me a break.
Hmm. I tried to see if I could do what I do with the girls with them, but because there's no QTE, I just get shut down. All right, no worries. Yeah, that's what I do with the girls, but with him, it doesn't work the same.
You can't avoid. Time for a counter. Too slow. Lightning blitz. Win.
I'm behind schedule. I'm doing worse than the last one. Okay, so I am going to work on this a little bit. All right, so this is the tail end of another try. We are super close. We're on about the same pace. So we'll see what happens here. Let's get into it right now. I've got the sound off again. Let's turn it back on. Okay. I may be a bit further than I thought I was. I'm not on a bad pace, but if I miss anything, I'm screwed. I say as I miss something. Got a break. Should have used vacuum wave. I didn't see it was up on cooldown yet. That may matter. Would be great if I could get some. Nope. Gotta miss this. All right, so I changed around some of this a little bit more and made Beru my lead shadow. This one is really close, so we'll see how this one goes right here. Okay, this one's super close. Gonna try to avoid using my break skills because he's gonna go into the stupid break gauge thing in a second. Yeah. Oh, as soon as I say that, I couldn't help it, but I won't use the other one. Okay. I'm gonna go there. So I don't have the vacuum wave, but we have been stacking really good damage here. Oh, he dodged that. I can afford one or two mistakes. We're like right on pace. It's not gonna get much better than this. It would be great if I could get a shadow step going. Yes. Didn't miss that. Okay, show me your break gauge shenanigans. Where are you at? There he is. Okay. Yes, let's go. We got him right now. We got him this time. We got him this time. We got him this time. Get your ass out of here, bro. Oh, we got him this time. All right, so the main difference there was I noticed I was taking way too long with that stupid gem that he puts up. And the first thing I'll tell you is that he throws those 5 balls, you know, as soon as you enter that little section where you have to destroy the gem. He throws like 5 energy balls at you and use those. If you don't shadow step that thing, you're going to take forever to destroy it. Ideally, you also have your cooldowns, but once I shadow stepped it, I vacuum waved and then I threw Stormbreaker. It was like at like 3 life. And also sharp perception. Don't take it off. I had it off for a long time. Put sharp perception back on. Yeah, put sharp perception on. Okay. So let's go in. So yeah, I used reawakening, sharp perception. Go back like to the end of that fight. Look at my status bar, though it would show them there. Things like that there, but yeah, don't take it off. So I'm gonna bring in Cha here. I think honestly, I think the girls shouldn't have anywhere near as much trouble. they shouldn't have anywhere near as much trouble. They should go much cleaner than Sung's. Because with the girls, I can do the thing I like to do where I don't run away. When he does that little planetary attack thing he does, I don't run away. I just stay there. I love doing that. Because I could just QTE and not get stunned. I even got stunned in the last fight, by the way. I didn't show it, but I actually did get stunned. Because I was trying to get as much damage as possible in. All right, let's QTE to Cha. Let's get her going a little bit. Okay, let's get the cycle up. Don't care about anything he's doing, really. Just worried about trying to get Cha and get my damage going. Okay. Nice. So this is going to land. We'll go straight into the skill. That's like it. That's more like it, Cha. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, stop. My bad, bro. Chill. Okay. There, and then this. And then back to Cha. No, I'll stay here. We'll go to Cha in a second, because he's going to do his shenanigans, like right here. Oh, he didn't do it yet. Okay, let me go to Cha. I might be able to get a couple hits in. It would be great if I had the ult, which I don't, so I could just interrupt him to prolong this. But we're good right here. Can't see anything. Can't see a damn thing. Okay, here comes the shenanigans. Okay. I messed it up. Okay. I got greedy. You're supposed to QTE. I was gonna throw my ultimate and have my ultimate eat that. You're supposed to QTE. I got greedy. I got super greedy right there. I knew it too. I was like, oh, this one ain't going. Not the way I wanted, but we're good. Game? Hello? You were just working 2 seconds. This game, man. This game, man. This thing I just completely broke. I had to relaunch the entire thing. All right, let's get the sound going again, because I always turn it off because oh no, it's back on. Because I always am multitasking. Doing so many things on here. I don't have to even dash that. You could just do this. Okay, they're just gonna stay and get the break here quickly. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Okay, let's get the break now. Can we get the break? Or there we go. Nice. So far, so good. Can't see anything. My favorite part of solo leveling Rise, where you can't see a damn thing. I don't even know if I'm hitting the right target or what. Okay, let's get the cycle going. We're like super close to the ult. I'm just gonna throw it while I'm here. Okay, come back, Serin. Let's get going with her. That's fine. We don't care about that. Thanks, my guy. Gonna throw this ultimate to get it going again. QTE in Cha. He's gonna do his thing right here. Any second now. Any second now, quite literally. Love how I missed that, but whatever. That's what I get. Okay, let's get going here. Oh, I did this wrong. Let's get out of here. I messed up. I shouldn't have did that QTE because I didn't have the next one set up yet. I did that wrong. Guess I'm not going to show you what I do because I keep trying and it's wrong. All right. There and there. Oh, I've still got also the blessings for Sung on. I meant to rerun those because I've got like an attack boost one that does literally nothing for these guys. Bro forcefully stopped us. My goodness, right when I was about to use the skill too. No hesitation either. He just ended that shit. All right, moving on. Okay, we get through. Oh, shh. Most of the time they don't pop one that late. All right, come on. Do your teleport. 1, 2, and boom. Okay. Okay, ultimate here. I'm actually behind schedule. This is actually going slower than Sung's, which is not normal. Most of the time, the girls run through it much faster than Sung. Maybe because I did so much optimization for Sung. And like I said, I've got things set up where it just skewed it more in his favor right now. Like, I don't need basic skill. I could really use core attack damage, defense, like things like that. Those are all, they're usable, some of them anyway, but it's not the best, admittedly. Okay. He's about to do his thing as well, the next one. I did that out of order. Supposed to throw the ult in there. So these orbs don't matter at all with the girls, because I just need to not die by them is all. That's the only thing I need. I think this one's so far behind. I don't know if they can win this. Remains to be seen. QTE killed. Okay. Yeah, 200 lives? Maybe not. That may be too far out of range. We'll see. 1 minute for 200 lives. Gonna be relatively close. Need this ult though. No, I need about a minute to take off 100 lives, it looks like. Especially if I'm getting hit. Yeah, we're getting close, but yeah, I can do better, of course. Yeah, we can get much closer than that. I'm gonna swap out the blessings though, because that was the difference in that fight. Okay, I switched it for a core attack one. All right, we're about to finish this for sure this time. A couple of things. I changed the blessings a little bit, and I also changed my skill use order. Typically, I follow this, but I've started using 1 into the core, into the ultimate, into 1-2 or 2-1 at the end, and pushing 2 towards the end of the cycle, and that's worked better for me in this run despite this listing. But whatever, I typically play it this way, the recommended way. And anyway, yeah, I was doing more damage with that setup. So we're like right on the line where it's technically possible. Like if I miss too much stuff, of course, I just don't think I will. So I think we got this one. Also in this run, I with the gem part or the I I went back to old habits. It's all right. This time I got him with the ultimate. In that part where I've been trying to get, I got the ultimate to work to eat that, and I didn't take the stun either, so it worked. Ironically, it was the one time I wasn't recording it, but whatever. All right, but we got him here, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. We got him. Let's go. We got him. Can you imagine somehow, some way we don't got him? We got him, ladies and gentlemen. The only way we wouldn't have him is if he somehow nuked my child right here. But we got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! Let's go, man! Let's go! We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, my game has been tripping this whole video. It only took me like 3 days of repeated investments and going back. I knew I wasn't going to get top 1,000 because I knew I wasn't going to have time for it because I was busy a lot the first day. But when I woke up and saw that 1,000 players had cleared, like in like 4 hours or something like that, like it was nuts. So unfortunately, it doesn't tell you what place you have, but I think I'm top 3K because they haven't announced that 3,000 people have cleared it yet. This image would be reflecting here. You know, it says 1,000 killed there. It should be reflecting 3,000. So we will see, you know, where we wound up. But yeah, I am really excited about the fact that we were able to finally complete one within its launch week, which was mostly, I wanted to do it day of, admittedly, but you know, that's mostly what I wanted to do, is just clear it and not have to wait. Now, here's the trick. I will probably not be touching that hard mode again for a while until these flames go off. I think that I took long enough, tried it enough to where I got the hang of it. And I now know like the way that I should play. I got a lot of practice against Yogumunt, all that stuff, and those guys in the stages and stuff. I just wouldn't bother with it. It's too much. It's too close. And I can auto the other one. So that's the byproduct of me pushing my team so hard, is that I can now auto the other one. So yeah, even the last time I showed this, I was like 1.9 million. Like I've even since then in the last day found ways to improve my team even further. I have been working tirelessly on this. I think we went up about 500,000 in like 2 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks. Actually, you know what? I've got my YouTube page open right now. When was that video uploaded where I said I was going to be doing this? It was the 18th. So that's what? It's the 8th now. That's like 3 weeks. 1, 2. Yeah, 3 weeks to the day. So 3 weeks to the day. In that time, I went up at least 500,000. So, that's pretty impressive, I think. And I hadn't really worked on it so hard before. You know, that's the thing, is like I could have always done it, and I should have. And now I know what I need to do. But somewhere along the way, I started playing much more casually and stopped caring as much about like making sure everything is super min-maxed and like clearing that. If you're not trying to push to clear a workshop on its initial day, then it largely doesn't matter, because I was still clearing Simulation Gate on the top difficulty. I've done that. Like this is like as hard as it gets. And other than that, it's like, are you just pushing Proof of the Strong? Because I can clear everything else. So unless you're just pushing Proof of the Strong, and if you're not pushing Workshop on the day of, it doesn't matter that much. Like, yeah, you can get better scores against Power of Destruction and Guild Boss, but I was clearing everything, and I was taking my time with the workshops, so there wasn't a huge incentive for me to really push my power much higher. And so I would just, whenever there was a new system that was out, like gems or whatever, I would go with that. I would get my characters leveled up over time, like things like I wasn't worried about it. But now, like I said, I am much more positioned properly for that. So I think that's huge. And I think we'll have a much cleaner time. I also really was taking my time with that to the point where I barely finished 50 on Baron in the last couple of days. And so that's got me behind on Yogumunt, because I have been putting that experience there, because you can change the shard to be used here. And I assume if you played Barons, you could flip it to be used on Yogumunt. But I had barely finished that. And I wish that I you know, the thing I started doing in this process to really raise my power was I started clearing more gates. And I think that's massive. Like, I typically would only ever do the free gates, like the 10 gates. I refresh my gates to like 20. And they actually added in, if you've got that premium thing, to where you can do, what, 20 special sweeps? And so I refreshed it up to 20 like 3 days in a row. And that was massive too. For the resources, yes, I'm like so gold depleted, it's crazy. But also because I was able to get the essence, because you get like 75 for like every clear, right? And that just means you'll be able to raise the army of shadow level, right? So my army could be much stronger than this if I cleared more gates, basically. That's really what it comes down to, is like just clearing more gates. And I could have dispersed some of these resources more evenly. I didn't really do that. This, if they had a reset feature for shadows, I would easily do it, but they don't have that. And I would kind of just start over on my shadows. But ultimately, though, it was a fun process, a fun grind, and I'm really happy to have been able to been one of the first several, you know, few thousand to get it done overall. But hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Make sure you check out our sponsor, like I was mentioning. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.